Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
The 4th of July celebrations have already started. Take a look at some of the parades from Wyandotte and Clawson as the celebrations get underway. And it certainly is a beautiful day outside, but could severe weather threaten 4th of July fireworks? That is the question on everybody's mind. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy 4th of July to you, and thank you for joining us. I'm Evrod Cassimy.
And I'm meteorologist Brandon Rue.
All right, so let's answer the question.
A hot holiday, and you can never trust a warm front. So I can't rule out severe weather, but I really think it's more garden variety summer pop-up showers. In fact, 4 Live radar already getting a little more active. Get ready in Howell. This is going to be a solid 30 minutes of some pretty heavy rain, just one little area here. But we are also seeing a little activity starting to fire up down near the Ohio border. A stationary front is starting to get on the move as a warm front. So conditions were fairly comfortable throughout the morning. We're going to start to see a little shift there. You can see 85 in Monroe, 83 Ann Arbor. It's 81 right now, Pontiac and Mount Clemens, 84 in Port Huron. Factor in the humidity, and look at this. Monroe already flirting with triple digits. Probably not that way for all of us, but mid-90s a good bet. And the local forecasters app with the interactive radar is your best friend, because isolated showers now by about 3-4 o'clock become a little more steady and scattered over the area near 90 degrees. And you can see here on one of my computer models, Evrod, around 3-4 o'clock, starting to see more and more of these showers popping. We'll have more coming up.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. So the parties have already started, and 4th of July parades are taking shape across the country as well, and here at home today. Local 4's Kim DiGiulio is out in Wyandotte for us this afternoon. And Kim, you're getting into the holiday 4th of July spirit as well.
Of course I am. It's hard not to. I'm here on Biddle Avenue where the 4th of July parade just wrapped up. Get this, Evrod, this year was the 75th annual 4th of July parade, so you know they're doing something right. They had a little bit of everything from the veterans, police officers, they had clowns, dance teams, marching bands, you name it. Everybody was here to see all of these great things, and of course, lots of candy for the kids. It was a great event for the whole family.
Just the small, we like the small town feel of it, and it's such a cool tradition, and all the veterans, and just to teach our kids about, you know, what the importance of it and stuff, yeah.
That's what it's all about. And you saw those ladies there wearing their stars and stripes. That's probably my favorite part. Everybody dressed up just like 4th of July, red, white, and blue all over. They looked great. And Brandon, I mean, the weather was just perfect. I think this could have been the best parade they've seen here in Wyandotte. Reporting from Wyandotte, I'm Kim DiGiulio, Local 4. Back to you guys.
Absolutely. The weather right now is fantastic. Kim, thank you. Over to Clawson now. Everyone kicking off the holiday this morning with the 4th of July parade there. Even Senator Debbie Stabenow joining along the parade route right along 14 Mile. This year's theme for the parade is Red, White, Boom. And we talked to one former Clawson firefighter about the city's parade tradition and how people love celebrating the 4th.
It's really kind of cool that people still have that spirit, that 4th of July, the love of country kind of thing going on. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, lots of people lined up along the parade route, taking in the sights and the sounds. And that parade really is just the start of the 4th of July party going on in Clawson. They're going to be having fireworks tonight if you want to stop by there. And there are many other parties that are happening around Metro Detroit this holiday, from the Clawson fireworks and then over in Dearborn, the Salute to America at Greenfield Village. You can check out all the events around town on our website, clickondetroit.com. And for those heading to the beach this holiday, there are some closures and advisories that you need to know about. Here on the east side of the state, Reed Lake, Eagle Lake, and the St. Clair Shores Memorial Park Beach are all closed. And then in Kalamazoo County, there's a contamination advisory at Campbell Lake. And there's also contamination advisories at Ross Lake in Gladwin County, and then Lake St. Helen in Roscommon County. President Trump's version of Independence Day happens this evening at the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, where the president will speak, where there's also jets in the air, tanks on the ground, and plenty of mixed emotions surrounding the event. NBC's Craig Boswell breaks it all down from Washington.
The fireworks show is expected to last more than 30 minutes, but it's the military show and the president's address that is sparking a more lengthy and lingering debate. The stage is set, and so are the tanks, for President Trump's speech at his 4th of July Salute to America.
And I think this is exciting, the fact that we're going to be reminded of how we got this freedom.
No tanks in Washington, D.C.
Major changes for hundreds of thousands of people converging on the National Mall today.
The president is using it as his own holiday. This is the President Trump National Day.
I hope he just gears it more towards our veterans and our troops that's serving and has served.
The president speaks at 6:30, accompanied by military flyovers and then an extended fireworks display.
It's not even a thinly veiled campaign event. It looks exactly like a campaign event.
The administration defending the costs.
It's a celebration of our country, our freedom. If it costs a few bucks, so be it.
Taxpayers footing the bill for the spectacle.
He didn't mention security costs. Imagine what the cost will be for a president to be on the mall.
The D.C. government says it will send a bill for any damage done by tanks and armored vehicles. The show of military muscle altering for some what's traditionally been a venue for viewing fireworks on this, the nation's 243rd birthday.
Operations at Reagan National Airport will cease for almost 2 hours tonight for the president's speech, the flyovers, and of course then for the fireworks. In Washington, I'm Craig Boswell. Now back to you.
Alrighty, thank you, Craig. And at the National Archives in Washington, Vice President Pence welcomed 44 new American citizens in a naturalization ceremony. Pence congratulated the group and encouraged them to give back to their communities. He also commended those new citizens on going through the legal process to become Americans.
To those of you who stepped forward today, who made the sacrifices and went through the process, let me say, on behalf of President Donald Trump and on behalf of the American people, welcome to the American family.
And there you have it. Pence even talked about his own family's immigration to the U.S. His grandfather left Ireland to come here. Also making political headlines this 4th of July, West Michigan Congressman Justin Amash. Congressman Amash announcing that he is leaving the Republican Party to become an independent. He wrote a piece in the Washington Post saying in part, "In recent years, though I've become disenchanted with party politics and frightened by what I see from it, the two-party system has evolved into an existential threat to American principles and institutions. Today, I am declaring my independence and leaving the Republican Party." President Trump then weighed in, tweeting that Amash leaving the party is great news. All right, we have a Local 4 News update for you now. Michigan State Police saying that somebody drove through the intersection of Livernois and Cadet, hitting an undercover police car last night. And we have learned that 3 people were hurt. All went to the hospital and have since been released. The state trooper driving the undercover SUV had a broken rib and a broken collarbone. And a passenger in that SUV and the other driver had minor injuries. Right now, police continue to investigate the crash. So tonight, we are expected to hear from the Sterling Heights family who lost their daughter in a house fire yesterday. That fire killed 18-year-old Christian Koki and badly burned 2 other family members. Investigators believe that this was just a tragic accident. The fire is said to have started in the kitchen. And right now, if you'd like to help, there's a GoFundMe page set up to help the family with some of their expenses. New recreational marijuana rules have just been passed down by the state's regulatory agency. The new rules set up different kinds of licenses. People will now be able to plan and hold marijuana-related events, and they'll also be able to sell marijuana there. The rules also allow for stores where marijuana products can be sold and consumed on site. These are all subject to local approval, of course, and we've already seen some communities saying no to recreational marijuana already. All right, so to come here on Local 4 News at noon, talk about a revenge plot. Wait till you hear what one woman did to get back at her boyfriend. But first, a major fire overnight at a store. We'll tell you what was inside that lit up the sky.